Om Shanti. Good morning. Today's topic is broad minded, but why narrow hearted? Generally, on the name of being updated, on the name of being modern, on the name of being very social, on the name of being very educated, we keep saying, I'm very broad minded. I'm very broad minded. I accept this. I do not question about this or that. I like this. I I I get adjusted with these many things, and that is why I am broad minded. Yes, it's good to be broad minded all the time. Uh, but when we talk about this broad mindedness, that I am this, I am this, I am this, it's good. But when we see someone else being broad minded or someone else having a different type of opinion or so, emotionally, we get very narrowed. We feel hurt with others. We feel injustice or insult with others. Why at my heart, I become narrow? Why I am not giving that broad open heart to accept everyone heartfully? It is mind and heart. That means your wisdom and your emotions. Wisely, informatively, we accept things, we accept people, we accept situation. This is example of being broad-minded. But emotionally, we feel a bit of pain in my heart with somebody, and that is example of being narrow-hearted. When I am wisely opening my heart, when I am becoming or opening my mind, I'm accepting thing, then why this pain I feel in my heart? Why emotionally I'm not satisfied with my own acceptance? This is important to understand that when I talk about being broad minded, I'll go to the slide. When I talk about being broad minded, generally we talk about myself. I am broad minded. And whenever I talk about being narrow hearted, generally I talk about others being narrow hearted. So basically, it is not for you, for me, it is actually for us, all of us. Generally, we keep saying, I am broad minded. I do not feel this. You please understand that I am saying this from this perspective. This is like this. It's all okay. But when we talk about, when it come to others, in my heart, I keep feeling like being narrow in my heart. That why these people are so attached with another person. I say I'm very broad minded. I accept this thing or that thing. And when others are doing the same, not with me, others are favoring others, then I start feeling disheartened. I start feeling less of good feelings toward that person. And this narrow heart actually close all my goodness. On the name of, second point is, on the name of being broad minded, there is one thing which we generally do. We dilute principles and disciplines. I'll come back to this slide again. Generally, it so happened on the name of modernization, on the name of being updated, we say that I'm broad-minded. I like people, what they are doing. I allow them to their freedom, so many things. It's good. But sometimes being broad-minded, we keep accepting a few things which are non-disciplinary things, which are somewhere not welcomed on the name of principles. So just being broad-minded doesn't mean that you can uh, dilute your principles or so. You can actually have to think about yourself that your broad-mindedness will always accompanied with good feelings. You're just because I am broad-minded, just because I easily accept changes around me, that doesn't mean that I will increase ego in me. That doesn't mean I will increase um, a superiority complex with people. That doesn't mean I will feel others inferior. If so, then it is going to ruin my personality. This is again being narrow-hearted. And third important point is being knowledgeable and being loveful. This is a very delicate balance. We have been taught in Brahmakumaris since long, and we all understand this. Being knowledgeful and being loveful. Thanks. Uh, being knowledgeful and being loveful means uh, you know what you are doing, but you're doing with your heart. You are aware of all pros and cons of the work, but still you love your job, you love your work, and you are giving heart and soul to your work. This is called loveful working. Sometimes, on the name of being broad-minded, we accept different type of rubbish things. I'll really say rubbish. We accept a few things which are literally not of use for anyone. Just being broad-minded, we allow everything. It's okay. It's okay. Broad-minded is a very, very, uh, very intelligent way of living. Very intelligent. When you are broad-minded, you allow people to think their own, to grow their own, to work their own how they want, and you are able to support them. When the matter comes, you need to support them at what they are doing. Why you become narrow-hearted? Generally, we say, look, I'm very broad-minded. I allow you what you want to do. Now do it yourself. Do it yourself. Why? Narrow-hearted. An open heart, more than being broad-minded, it is important to be open-hearted. An open heart allows that person to give emotional support. This emotional support allow the other person to grow, to bloom. Even if you are not supporting that person materially or maybe financially or any way, but if you are opening your heart and soul to accept that person, you will find that person feel that support, that acceptance becomes a good courage for them, a good pillar of courage for them. So instead of just being broad-minded, it is important to be focused-minded. We want to, our whole idea of saying, on the name of modernization, we have accepted this word broad minded. This broad minded itself is a very confusing word which allow me to accept many work which are indisciplinary against the principles. Instead, we can use a new word saying focused minded. I know my goals. I know the direction where I have to walk, and I focus my mind on my goal. And yet, open hearted. It is not necessary that you make a big heart or broad mind, at least open mind, open to see others' emotional comforts, open to accept their requirements, open to understand their situation. Look, thank you for this slide. Look, nobody is born with all knowledge inside. Everybody who is born on this earth, they have to learn every bit of life science day by day. But when you are learning things, during the process of learning, if you are, if you are enjoying your learning, and while you learn, you are opening the channels to approach, opening the channels of your heart so that others can approach you, then it is good. If you keep saying that, uh, I'm broad minded, I do not analyze things, it is, I accept it, I accept it. Sometimes there are a few things not acceptable. Just on the name of broad minded, sometimes we become weird. Sometimes we are becoming non ethical on the name of being broad minded. So rather being broad minded, it is important to be being focus minded and open hearted. Instead of catching situations or analyzing situations with my intelligence or with my wisdom, it is important to analyze situations with their own emotions also. How situation is created and why this situation is troubling the other person. Sometimes we keep saying, you have everything. You have everything is there on the tip of your order. And just your one command away. Whatever you want, you will tell, and people will bring you. What's the problem in your life? It's not the problem of having things. It's problem of having people. So basically, we need to open our heart to understand heartful situations. So not just being broad-minded, it is focused-minded and open-hearted. An open heart will support everyone. I would like to quote one situation long back in our headquarters, very long back. I think more than 60 years back. No, I wasn't there. I just heard this. So, in our headquarters, when our founder father, Prajapita Brahma Baba, was alive, so Baba was very attractive, and children used to get attracted towards Baba while Baba doing their daily routine work. So, one brother who was carrying some bulbs, light bulbs. That time, I think tube lights were not there, bulbs were there, but the uh, costly bulbs he was carrying. And while he was carrying and going somewhere, he saw Baba passing by. Baba, in his own work, he was passing by. So this brother lost his attention from his work and started looking towards Prajapita Brahma Baba. And he was just smiling and admiring how Baba was walking and all. And he missed his goal and he slipped, and those bulbs were broken. So the brother who was along with him, he said, "Oh, look, you were not attentive. You actually made a mistake. You means it is this is a loss, monetary loss for material something or the other." And the other brother who was along with this brother feel very sad and bad because of his mistake, that bulb was broken. So the other brother went to Baba, saying, complaining about the other one. Look, he was not attentive, and that is why. I'm sorry, he didn't go to Baba. He went to our administrative head, Mama, saying that, look, he was not attentive to his work, and that is why those bulbs were broken. So Mama looked at this boy and asked, what happened? So he said, no, I was going, my attention gone other way. So Mama asked, where your attention gone? So this brother said, Baba was actually walking beside me. He was crossing me. So I look at him and I forget that I am also walking, and my whole attention went that side. I just collide with something and bulbs are broken. Mama said, look, any person will never knowingly make a loss of the work, what he is doing. So, what we are going to do next time onwards, if you feel like you want to see that you feel very attracted toward Baba and you want to see Baba, do one thing. Do, instead of keep walking, stand and turn around, look, and when you feel over, then you go ahead. So in Hindi, it is nicely that Mama said that खड़े हो जाना, खड़े होकर के देखना और फिर चले जाना. So this is somewhat called open-hearted, to allow that person to change their mistakes. There are few practical problems, practical situations in which we generally commit mistakes. In those situations, if I am open-hearted, then the other person will never repeat their mistake, but they will feel very supported from your side. This is the requirement of time as of now. In your family, in your team, you are nicely educated. People know that you are socially broad-minded. But as we grow, as we become broad-minded, emotionally, we grow an ego of being broad-minded and we become narrow-hearted. We put them aside and we think that emotions are not important. Remember, a person will collapse if the person will not have any emotion. So it is important to safeguard others' emotions also. So think about it. Meditation helped me, actually spiritual studies and meditation helps me to being open-hearted. How? When I feel I am God's child and all are all are God's children, then it looks like a family. And then in family, It is allowed to ignore others' mistake. It is allowed to love each other despite of being aware of each other's weaknesses. In a family, it is allowed to support each other despite of being have difference of opinion. When we come to a feeling of family, world family, then actually in real sense we become broad-minded and open-hearted. So only broad-minded is not going to work. Your open heart is also required. If we learn from society only and we keep thinking on the name of being modern, if I keep thinking that I am broad-minded, somewhere you will become narrow-hearted, which is not your good personality. So come to your good personality and be open-hearted always. So we'll meditate for a minute, for a few minutes only. We will connect with God and we look at the world as my family, children of God. Okay? Sit straight. Sit straight. Relax into your chair. Now, relax yourself. Visualize a tiny point of light in the middle of forehead. Tiny point of light in the middle of forehead. I am a soul. Visualize I, the soul. I travel from this forehead to my eternal soul world. I, the tiny point of light, I travel upwards, crossing through Earth's atmosphere and dark space. I cross the zone of white light. I enter to a world of golden red light. I, the soul, as I reach golden red light world, I find God, my eternal Father. He is a star shining bright, and I find his rays are going on to every soul in the soul world. There are millions and millions tiny beautiful stars like me. All are souls. All these souls are directly connected with God. This is my eternal family. Every soul is God's child. And so as me. I feel connected with everybody as I am connected with God. Now visualize all these tiny souls are taking a birth on this earth. A few of these souls are here in my family or in my office. All these people who are around you, sometimes loving you or sometimes troubling you, they all are coming from eternal family. I love my family. And so I love every soul. Om Shanti.